What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. You are now rocking with the Crypto Wonder. I'm going to do a quick live stream, and talk some, talk my talk. Hope everybody's having a good day and everyone is well. You know, there's a couple things I want to just get into. Again, I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. There's something I noticed, and I've kind of mentioned this already before in the that's a fact. That's a fact. Salute to Westcott Laurent. Nobody cares. That's a fact. Nobody cares. All right. All right. Hope you do it. Look out for the Nobody Cares mixtape dropping soon. By yours truly. I'm telling you, man. Nobody Cares Entertainment Productions. Look out for the mixtape, man. I might just drop an EP. Be called, you know, Nobody Cares. Because nobody really does care. You know what I mean? At all. We talk like we do. But behind the scenes, when we put it all down and we walk away and we get back into real life, that's what really matters. You know what I'm saying? That's what really matters. QC Organics. What's happening? What's happening? Elbow bump, fist bump, you know? For sure, for sure, for sure. Look, I like to think about things from a positive standpoint, like regardless of what's going on in these markets, we gotta look at like the great the great chances we have just to be able to even experience and witness what's going on and be a part of it. You know, that's what I like to emphasize or even highlight. Some people think that because of the previous things that I've said in my other streams that I'm missing the point or I'm a little too emotional. Who cares? It's not about being emotional. It's about not allowing myself to disturb the peace because that's ludicrous. Where's my fantasy? If I look at a mirror, it's me because I'm disturbing the peace, acting all ludicrous. I need to move, Bish. Get out the way. Get out the way, Bish. Get out the way. Get out of my own way. Like we in crypto like this, and then the stuff that we're doing, like certain things, when I say we, I'm talking about people who basically in the Hex community and subsidiaries of Hex too. You know what I'm saying? Like the subsets of Hex, all the tokens that have been, not all of them. Let me get that straight too. Some of the tokens that have been created on top of Hex, I respect 100%, especially the free joints. Oh my goodness. Where you didn't really necessarily have to do anything except just stake Hex and you're getting opportunities upon racks upon blessings just for staking, not even just holding, just for staking. There's a community I don't really care for anymore, and I'm not gonna give them too much light because I saw what they did when ICOSA launched. Not even when ICOSA launched, I saw what they did when the auctions, the auctions for ICOSA were launching in the middle of November, around November 13th, and another community just tried to, introduce something real quick and come to find out, like, they pointed fingers because Alex, the developer of Hedron and ICOSA, identified there was a flaw in the contract where he had to remove bonuses. Boom, just would take them out. And this other community saw that took place. And one of the people in the community, one of the two people jumped out the window and started just defecating on Alex, just took to Twitter and started just shaming Alex. Meanwhile, not only did Alex make everybody whole with the error that was discovered, right? Because there was a bug, right? Not only did he make everybody whole, but he also blessed people with more, right? Through the activities, not necessarily him, but the source address did its magic, and some seed injection. People, something took place with that. Do your own research as far as just listen. Everyone is going to be made whole. You don't, even though the bonuses were removed, that's called according to how long you stake. That stuff was removed because of a flaw. He made right, and them cats from the other community who jumped on board and tried to do something real fast. They pushed something real fast because they saw the auctions were coming out. So they wanted to do something real fast without thinking, just nothing, 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 and then judged Alex. Come to find out, soon after, soon after that, there was a fundamental flaw in their own contract, and guess who saved them? There was a fundamental flaw in their own contract, and guess who saved them? Trying to disturb the peace and acting all ludicrous. Who saved them? Alex. So I don't talk about that community at all. Like, so it's what I'm saying. My whole point and going back to what I'm saying is just certain things that, I've talked about on my channel that I like because I like the way the things work. I like the way it operates. I like the way things function with very little, uh, next to no human involvement. These things are just doing what you command them to do. It's you and the contract, your crypto, the contract, you have everything, and it's whatever work the contract does on your behalf. Well, regardless, that's what matters. That's what matters, and that's what's been taking place, and that's a beautiful thing, regardless of what's going on. Like I don't even like, to be honest with you. Like, it's not that I don't believe anything's gonna happen. But I'm not every day talking about when's this layer one coming out. I don't even do that anymore because that just drives people crazy. You don't know. Like a whole year came and went. People didn't think by now there wouldn't be a layer one, right? For the community, the one that we sacrificed for. People didn't think that it would take this long. And some didn't know, some probably knew. But the majority of people were anticipating at some point last year. That's why they had a conference. They had a conference in September because they would think, oh no, surely by then something should have came out. Nope. Nope. You know what came out in September? Ethereum forked. Two chains. Two chains came out with all the stuff that we like on Ethereum piece of crap 2.0. There's double. They all got copied on two other four chains. And that's the thing that I don't understand, how people are still scared, right? It's just scared to talk about the other chain. They're calling them dead chains. They're getting no light, no burn, no notoriety, nothing, nothing, nothing. Why? Why? It reminds me of, like, real estate, certain communities, are just burnt out. They're blighted. They're treating Ethereum proof of work and Ethereum fair like blighted locales in the crypto space, where you have one house that's people are living in, and then you have blocks and blocks of bleak, abandoned homes because no one's building on, the blockchain, right? No one's doing anything. No one is just there operating. Well, you got Hex. Hex, folks, like, did we forget? Oh no, but it's because it's on a dead chain. It doesn't matter. We got Hex. So explain. This is what I don't understand. Hex on Polygon, as far as has reached price parity, right? Early in the game, once Hex got to Polygon, price parity, no problem. 1, 2, 3, basically the same price as ETH 2.0 Hex. You can't stake Hex on Polygon, right? You just can hold it. Polygon, I don't even like Polygon worth anything. I can't. Uh, please. But it's over there. Same price as it is with ETH 2.0. And no one cares, right? You can't even stake the coin on Polygon. Here you have two other chains, two other chains where you not only can do everything you're doing that you were able to do with proof of stake, but more at a fraction of the cost. At a fraction of the cost. Doing things that you wish you could have done because, 2.0 is just the fees are ridiculous. You got two other chains here, but people are scared. They're like, oh no, they're dead. There's no infrastructure. It's too soon. They're not even 6 months old at the time of this recording. And they're layer ones. 9 months ago, we didn't see this coming. And here we are. And it's just, wow. It's amazing how people they rather dismiss what we have as far as good things and rather dwell on things that could make them uncomfortable or disturb their well-being and their mental health. You rather do things and adopt ideas that bring stress and paranoia and fear, right? Anxiety. Meanwhile, you could just, all you doing is just staking and this is the thing, like, look, person decided to acquire Hex, use it on POS. And that's all the person did. Let's say they decided to do it at the middle of the summer last year. From between then and now, look at how the abundance. Not only did you can get another coin that's bonded to Hex for free as long as you're staking it. You could also get an extra coin on top of that. And on 2 extra chains. And people are like being weird. Godfather J6 in the building. Salute to you. But I don't understand why we forget, or not even forget, we try to dismiss the great things that we have already happening in our disposal. Imagine we couldn't see what's going on, what happened 6 months ago, like as far as what was going to take place. We knew there were rumblings that Ethereum 2.0 merge was going to happen and proof of stake and blah, blah, blah. But we didn't see it to this extent where Hex, you got Hex on 2 extra chains. Hex is the same code. Hex is doing greatness because of the way it works, and it's also doing it on other chains at a drastically cheaper rate. Drastically cheaper. And people are treating it like they're glorified test nets. No respect. They're giving it no love. So how are you gonna, sow a seed, plant a seed, and you're giving it no attention? You're not even talking to the plants that you're trying to grow. You're not giving it any real water, no attention, barely giving it sunlight. And you think something's supposed to happen? Well, in crypto is different because it's a different type of photosynthesis that takes place in crypto. You just stake and chill, and look what happens. Last summer, all you had to do was just stake Hex. 6, 7 months later, look at what you're working with without even asking. You didn't even ask for it. The same Hex you staking on 2 extra chains, and you're earning Hedron, and Depending on what you do with your hedron, you can also stake that joint and earn Icosa Reezy. Take that Icosa Reezy, do whatever that you want. You can stake the Icosa Reezy for more Icosa Reezy and hedron easy. And then they got another joint that you can claim now that people making fun of the word because of the way it sounds. It sounds like some kind of political structure, but it's really a Latin. I hear a Latin thing for community. Another coin, all you and just for staking one time. Imagine what 6 months from now is gonna bring. See, we're not even talking like years yet. We're talking. Imagine what 6 months from now is gonna bring. Things that we can't even imagine now. Imagine, you know, and all we doing, we chilling, understanding what we own, learning about this thing. Because I understand there's risks in everything. I understand everything is a risk, but we the trailblazers. We in this space because we understand that there's something happening here that is life changing, and we want to be a part of it and appreciate it and embrace it and not disturb our own peace by conjuring up just ideas and wallowing in stress and misery to trick ourselves out of opportunities and impede our own chances of being rewarded. I don't get that. I'm still watching. There's a person in the community that I've noticed that this person is well traveled, well learned, well read in life, experienced, and it's uh regarded, like given high regards in the community. I'm watching something happen though, and I speak the way I speak because I'm not into the gossip thing like that. We keep it real, like like, and it's not about clout chase. I'm a man of a certain age. I'm watching how this particular person is like moving in the space in a way, in virtual moving, like interacting with different people and trying to. I see something about some. I'm not gonna say anything yet, but I'm gonna wait. Maybe it'll never transpire. But I see something that's happening that people are really upset about. But I'm like, if it doesn't happen, how can you? What's the? Because the thing about it is this: when we talk about onboarding, like how do you onboard? Because there's certain people in the community that have done magnificent work, hard work trying to onboard, and they're getting a lot of crap because they've decided to also try to talk about other tokens to basically, in their own way, like encourage communities to interact with each other, not just for the sake of talking to a token to shill, talking to a different token community to shill. It's not just about that. It's about expanding the horizons, connecting with other individuals from different places and help them know, look at this, what's going on here, which brings me back to something else that I was talking about with respects to like brands. It's like weird. People notice what's out here, but they only gonna deal with what they like. You can't force people to do whatever you think is good for them. If I like Nike, someone else just might want to continue to rock with Adidas, no matter how many benefits and how I praise Nike. Other people are gonna rock with New Balance. They're gonna rock with Puma. They're gonna rock with everything else other than Nike because they have the choice. That's what's available. That's what they like. It doesn't matter if Nike's paying me dividends or not, or I get rewards in as far as it brings health benefits, right? It doesn't matter. I like the way they look, price affordable. It doesn't matter if I could stake my Nike for 15.2 years and I'm earning rewards every day. 00 UTC, clockwork, it doesn't matter. Some people just simply won't ever care. Look at Bitcoin. 14 years in the game, amassed tens of millions of X gains since its inception. Tens of millions of percent gains, like not percent, but points gains, like 69 million X, for example, from 1 penny. From 1 penny. Something crazy like that. Is the whole world adopting Bitcoin? No. A lot of more people don't care about it than they do, because if they did care about it, it would be reflected in price. We would see folks don't care. They won't care. So people got to be real with themselves, man. Like just be real with you and what you're doing, because it may not. You might see, because I get the whole thing about onboarding. And onboarding is not easy. It's not. But Hugs did 10,000 X gains with the small community, because it's a small community compared to other crypto communities. Still did 10,000 X gains. I mean, you got a new blockchain that we all waiting to come out, that sacrifices were made for. Layer 1 supposed to be better than Ethereum POS. What do you think that's going to do? Time will tell. But Ethereum did 14,000X in 6 years. Like, with the community that it has, and a lot of people can't stand Ethereum. You understand? Like, so it's like this whole onboard, because it's weird, right? Like, I'm thinking, when you're looking, okay, onboard. A lot of people are funny. Folks, people would rather chase things when they're expensive than when they're cheap. Like, they rather buy, right, opportunities when the prices are going through the roof, than versus when everything is just at a bargain, at a discount, if they know what they're doing, especially dealing with these markets. I'm not talking about going outside and, buying things retail like that. I'm talking about with these markets in crypto. You're trying to explain something to somebody and tell them, oh, listen, man, this is blah, blah, blah. This was once 55 cents. Now it's 2.4 cents, a 95, 96% decrease. That's a turnoff for a lot of people. They're looking at it like, are you crazy? This thing dropped over 95%. But they don't see the flip side. They don't see how these markets work. They don't understand how crypto even operates. They just simply don't get it. They look at it from a point of disadvantage and saying, oh, this is trash. Meanwhile, this thing drops heavy numbers of percentages all of the time. This is what happens in the market all of the time. If you want to experience 6 million X, 69,000 X, 10,000, 15, 20, 100,000 X, you got to go through these dips, major corrections repeatedly over a period of time, and just hold on. But people don't want to do that. They don't have the fortitude. They don't have the understanding. They don't even care. They don't have the interest. It's just the truth. And then when you try to like convince people otherwise, sometimes you're wasting your time. I know from experience. I know from experience, and I don't engage in unproductive, right? Like, I don't engage in doing things that's just going to turn out to be a waste of time for me. I don't do it, especially with crypto. Not at all. This is the information. Take it or leave it. I respect whatever you decide to do. It's you. You got, freedom to do whatever you want. It's your choice. It is what it is. But you can't say I didn't tell you, right? Or the information is out there. We have access to it. It's called the internet. As long as we have access to electricity on a device, tapped into the internet, we can access the info. There's no excuse. We block our own blessings. We block our own opportunities. It's not other people is doing it like that. It's us. We look at certain things. We get affected by what people say and do. Think about it. I think about this whole onboard thing again, right? There's a boat ride that some of the Hexicans are talking about, like a boat ride. 95% dip, 96% correction, 96, and they're still on boats. They're going on a boat ride. From 55 cents, the thing hovering at 2.5 cents. 95% dip, and dudes are still going on boat rides. Is that to onboard? Or is it about all aboard? All aboard? Or is it about onboarding new people? That's not for onboarding. And that's what it is. It's about, listen, getting together, a little meetup, right? Little gathering, and enjoying in fellowship, life. I don't think that's about some onboarding. Because you know what I mean? Because a lot of people, they're in pain. And I'm just stating what I see from observation. A lot of people that's in pain, they can't take the 95% dip. Some can because they were here before the 95% dip. Let me give you an example. More Hex, what up, man? It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. There's a guy that did a stream long time ago, back in like early days of Hex, 2020, early 2020, like before the earth was, the people in this planet were brought to its knees due to the global health crisis. In that time period, like maybe February-ish, I saw it. I saw the blog. Dude was like, yo, he did a stream. He said, look, buy some Hex, yo. Just buy some Hex. And then on another stream, because it turned out to be a meme, he made another stream, a video, a blog, saying, oh man, he sold he sold Hex. He sold his Hex by mistake. And it was like 16 million. 16 million Hex, yo. And at the time, it was worth maybe 80 racks. And he made a mistake selling it. It hurt him. It hurt him. 16 mil in the beginning of 2020, where no, it didn't reach all-time high. Multiply 16 mil to when it reached all-time high in the summer of 21. Multiply 16 mil times 55 cents. 16 million Hex on 55 cents. Do the math, yo. And then it's crazy because even then now, 55 cents, 95% dip from 55. Price dropped to 2 cents, 2.5, 1.8, 1.9. If he still held on to that joint, that bag, liquid, let's say just straight up liquid, not even staking, straight up liquid. If he still held on to that, 16 mil times what? 2 cents, 2.5, 1.9, blah, blah, blah. You're still looking at a nice 6-figure US, nice over what, 350K US, dude. Maybe if he played his cards right, for example, person like that can afford to go on a boat ride. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been here from the beginning, and they understand how this thing works, and they just well off. Like everybody doesn't have that same experience right now. It got to be respected in a way too. Shout out if you can enjoy life and jump on a Hex cruise and do your thug thizzle. That's a beautiful thing. But I don't know if that's about onboard, because a lot of times I hear certain things happen too, where the car. Remember the whole car that was wrapped in Hex logos, and the car, the race, Indy 500 or whatever, NASCAR, and what 600K was raised for that. And then RH got so pissed off. He was like, yo, that 600K that went into brand marketing, it went down out the window. Because of number one, the car lost in the race, right? That's how I think he was pissed about that. And number two, he was like, yo, that's money you could have just did doing direct marketing. Brand marketing is not even all that. Y'all just do 600K. And the community didn't give him no pushback, no smoke. Because my thing was, okay, you're trying to do brand awareness, and we get it, and onboarding, but how many people were onboarded just from that? We don't know. I don't know what the data suggests. I don't know if anybody did any study, collect any stats. We don't know. But it's just interesting to see some of these things and how people react and just like pretend like it's like stuff that folks don't talk about. That's just ever present, right? Like, and then the community is throwing crap at these guys that went on a worldwide, a country tour. These cats came from Germany, yo. They came from Germany to come to this country and did a tour, wrapped the two whips, three whips, an Audi, some nice ass cars too. They wrapped them and did like this like country wide tour, workshops, meetups, teaching people in the United States about Hex. And not because they entertained like interviewing people from a different community outside of Hex, they're now kind of like vilified, right? That weird energy, people disturbing their peace. To me, that's ludicrous. Where's your fantasy? If you look in the mirror, you keep disturbing your peace, it's gonna be all about move, bish, get out the way, get out the way, bish, get out the way. You blocking your own blessings. You blocking your own blessings. Cause see, I don't believe in the whole thing anymore. Cause if it's about that, then it's about I mean, what's it gonna be? It's either you're gonna onboard, bring awareness and stuff like that, or you just gonna just be like, nah, self-sufficient, what, like be exclusive, insular, like it's, outsiders not welcome. I don't, but this is crypto. You can't prevent people from utilizing these quote unquote decentralized coins, tokens, smart contracts, platforms, et cetera, et cetera. It's weird. It's weird. Folks don't talk about the free stuff you're getting just from staking Hex. Why? Why? Weird. Subset of a subset of a subset. And then you got some people who've been in Hex for a long time, been OGs, right? They move with this air and this posterity, right? This posture of superiority, as if they're like, and it's a couple of them out there, yo. And then when you see them that they're talking, this air superiority, but then they'll show things like these scam contracts that have come in and rugged the community like Dodeca. Man, there's these two cats, man. Like, yo, they've been in Hex since the beginning. When I used to bomb on Hex, I didn't like Hex. They were in Hex since then, like 2019, right? December 19, early 2020, all that time I was bombing on that. I didn't care for Hex. I thought the whole thing was a sham. Them cats were in there though. These two particular, because you could see you've been in crypto enough. You watch who's who, especially those who create content or just who in the community and have a social media presence, et cetera, et cetera. So they did very well. Shout out to them. Hex is just melted faces, including mine. I'm not even gonna front. And that's why I'm just like, I go with I go with what works the best. So that's it. But these cats were like, oh, for Dodeca, all they do is, all you got to do is just hold your Dodeca and earn Hex. I don't know what the problem is. And I'm not talking about David Feeder. Let's be clear. Because David Feeder has been another prominent person in the Hex space, and he got a lot of crap because they said that he, was somebody who didn't say bad things about Dodeca, and then Dodeca turned out to be trash. I'm not talking about that guy. Let's be clear. I'm talking about other people who just like they this whole Hex OG aura and persona, trying to flex on the world, like Anybody coming in, like, no, respect my handle, like, respect my presence. I glow. I glow magenta, orange, and whatever. But you shield dodeca, dude. You shield dodeca, and people who respected you saw that. That's crazy. Dodeca can turn out to be a rug. And even some of these same cats were talking about that whole reflector thing from RH's old friend Conrad. That reflector thing that Conrad came up. Come on, son. Like, oh, just weird, man. Exile, DGen, what's going on? Salute, salute. Coin critic. You already know, man. It's ludicrous, you know? You it's crazy. It's crazy. We have to just stay focused, in my opinion, for whatever it's worth. I don't know any. First of all, let me just say this too. I know nothing. I don't know why y'all even listen to me, because all I do is just talk. I don't show you any charts, right? Any ascending wedge, RSI, Bollinger Band, MACD. I do none of that. Fibonacci game crazy. I don't do any of that. I don't know why y'all listen. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to this crypto stuff. So please understand, this is never financial advice at all, at all, at all. It never is. What I do like is how y'all rock with me, I rock with y'all, you know, for real. The solid way. Well, what the young kids say, sturdy, right? Sturdy. You gotta love the youth, man. Sturdy. And that's who really I think will, because some of us are just too old. We try to act like we know we got a handle on things, but we messed up a lot of things for the generations coming behind us. We messed up so much that they're gonna have to pay for. And I feel bad. That's why sometimes I like to just reach out to the young people. Don't you know? I'm gonna share this with y'all before I bounce. There's a young man who I spoke to a long time ago, and I bumped into him again, and I spoke to him about Hex, and he told me that he has some Hex. I was like, oh snap, you do? Oh snap. He was like, yeah, he's just he's holding it, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, he said, yeah, he's just holding it. And I'm like, you know about staking? He didn't know. And I'm like, well, you got some studying to do. But my whole point is, you never know the effect you could have on somebody just from having one encounter. Because I didn't, like, you have a conversation with one person, and then several months later, they bump into you and they tell you something that they did based off the interaction you had with them. That's deep. But I want to just go a step further and help him, because if he were to have staked, which is something that's why I encourage people to just do your research. If he were to have staked his coins, and again, that's why I'm bringing up the whole last summer. This was like around July, June, July of when I last saw this young man, and it was this week. He told me, you talking 7 months later. Look what happened to the community, the ecosystem in 7 months, just from staking that hex one time in June. Between June and now, look what you could have. Look what could have been in his portfolio. How many times multiplied? He would have had Hedron. He would have had some Icosa Rizi. He would have had the Hedron, the hex stake on two other chains that nobody cares about. I don't know why. With the same multiplication, same Hedron easy Icosarizi, and then again, another thing just came out this month for if you staking that you could claim at the end of your stake. Like it's crazy, and that's just why I always try to emphasize like it's important to study and to teach the young people because they could get it and understand it quicker than me. And when I was telling him about it, he got a little bit like he said, "Oh man, this is complicated," and I had to catch myself too because it is complicated. It's not regular conversations you have with normies. What we do in crypto is not regular. It really isn't. Really isn't. That's interesting. Imagine that. Imagine that. We're gonna talk about that for a second, Coin Critic, because the people with the microphones don't actually have hex stake for 55.55. So they ain't getting the free coins. You know, I don't understand those types of people, man. If you got a microphone, you're creating a presence, you have a following of some sort, and you're talking about hacks, and you don't even stake. I don't know. I just that's crazy because that's presenting some type of weird because then what would a person's position like for example if I were to just I couldn't do that like if I'm just holding liquid and I'm just rocking like that I wouldn't have the same. Let's even go as simple as this. I wouldn't have the same feel for hex like I do being a staker. It's two different things. Tin top in the building. Tin top, what's going on, man? Blessings. Like I wouldn't have the same feel if I was just holding. That's why I'm glad this is just the whole thing of being able to stick. Like holding BTC is some of the most annoying because you're not getting anything for it. Holding BTC, all you do is getting price appreciation or price loss based on the point you acquired it. Over there, here you just put this to good use by staking, and then you don't even have to think about it. And then sometime later, this is what I'm saying, folks. This is what I'm saying, man. You put this thing, let's like you could literally set it and forget it, and you come back sometime. Let's say a year ago, okay, 1 year ago, 1 year ago, you started a hex stake, yo. Forget about being in it for 3 years. You started last year, 2022, January, and you started your hex stake and you let that joint rock for 2 years, right? Let's say 2 years. Let's look at what happened a year later from that point. Look at where you would be at right now. Do you not understand? You know what I mean? Like, look at where you would be at right now. And this is without Pulse Chain even being launched yet. This is without Pulse X, Dex. Look at what you know? And what's there to be mad about? What's there to be mad about? Meta in the building. What's going on, man? What's going on? Nico. Excuse me. Like a year ago, you would have staked your hex. A year from now, like look at where you would be today. You would have extra coins on top of your hex that you staked. Extra coins that you could also earn yield from simultaneously on two extra chains in addition to what man and the people are scared. People are scared. They don't make this. This is not regular, people. We can't find this in Fidelity Investments, BlackRock, Vanguard. We can't remember Dreyfus. We can't find this in that. We can't find any of this there. We can't go to a local bank and have them provide us product. I don't care. Yo, somebody on social media said when they go to the bank, when they go to Chase, they're known by their first names because they're private client, because they're treated like, somebody comes with them with a hot towel and massages their balls so they can sit down and, because of their accredited status and the amount of M's they have in it. Who cares? Who cares? If you were to exercise a portion of that, apply that in crypto, that little bit of energy, crypto would have dwarfed anything the banks were offering that fool. And it's not his fault. I say fool because, it's the passionate talk. But it's not his fault that he doesn't know any better. He just got duped by the lies that the legacy systems have already brought to us, for generations, man. Earning interest in your mattress. My mattress is intangible. It's in code, and it won't go on fire. It's not a hazard. And people don't care about those types of things, man. It's unfortunate. That's why, again, not everybody's gonna win. Sorry. And it's not about being pessimistic. It's not about disturbing the peace, being ludicrous and ridiculous. It's not about that. It's about, look at what's going on right now around us. You think everybody's winning together right now as we speak? On an equal level? No. No. And people are going on a boat ride. Yo, Mexicans are crazy, man. Crazy, man. They're going on a boat ride, man. What happened with the SEC investigation? What happened with that? Does anybody know? Finn Bear, salute, greetings. Hope all is well. What happened with the SEC, folks? What happened with that? Like, again, I remember one of the prominent YouTube streamers in the beginning said that they were going to exercise a Freedom of Information Act so that they could find out who was the one that who blew the whistle, who dropped dime, who did the what I'm saying. You remember the character from Belly, Rico, with the banana, the straight hair and the glasses, that you're gonna drop a dime when you don't like that? Well, who did that in the Hex community that got so many Hexicans, right, subpoenaed or whatever to be investigated, to find out if they've been paid to shill and talk about Hex? What has been the findings for that? Do we know? Because a lot of people got scared. Rightfully so. If you got no, you know what I'm saying? Like, because this is the thing. Where's the unity? This is the thing too. Like, a bunch of people, it created a lot of controversy. A lot of Hexicans asking for money that have been in Hex from day one that purported to be millionaires. And you're asking for money? How? How you asking for how? Like, it was like that. It was crazy. But that's not the point. That's not the point. What happened with the SEC? What happened? Is that ongoing still? And the reason why I bring that up is because the reason why I bring that up is because like these events that they've had, right? The Hexicans have had a lot of events, and you're giving, like, it's like the same thing. Like, we talk about these things, and freedoms, freedom of movement, speech, right to privacy, and all that. But when you're giving up details, You're gonna go on a boat ride and you gotta get to some a third party. You know, what's that? What's that? Middleman, right? We talk about middleman. You're giving your information to a middleman in the community. Your information is out there. How was the information even gathered? Well, look at these events that took place. It's not hard. It ain't hard to tell. I excel, then prevail. It's not hard. You know what I mean? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I know I want to look, man. I'm like anybody else. I enjoy the community. I enjoy crypto, right? Because in my crypto experiences and travels, I've met great people. So I'm always in favor of respecting the fact that I've been able and fortunate enough to connect with great people. And even when I stream, like all my viewers here, all of y'all I respect one by one. You guys like show up when you can. You participate in chat when you can. And that's something that is well received. I do. But I'm not ignorant to the fact that not everyone is like y'all, right? And there's certain things that crypto has taught me is to be able to sort of like limit my risks in what I do and how I do, and even what I do online, because we freely give our information to people. We freely give it. And it's like whatever gets done with that information leaves us all vulnerable. You know, that's the first thing I thought of when people were like, oh, this Hex boat ride. Shout out to the boat ride. But you got to give details. You got, to secure, reservation and all this stuff. How are you doing that anonymously? How? It's just like how MetaMask made it a way now where you could use your credit card to purchase crypto directly through MetaMask, but there's a third party in between. There's a go between, right? There's a hurdle, there's a middle person that you giving your information to. What are they going to do with your information? You won't care because your thing is the convenience of getting the crypto. Just like your thing is the convenience of getting on a boat ride or going to another a trip, a vacation somewhere, et cetera, et cetera. All in the name of trying to, engender real community and fellowship, but you leaving, there's so much risk involved. And people don't think about some of these things, man. And during a bear market, like it's weird. It's just weird. And then how do you, again, by doing these things, attract new people to come to enjoy what your experience when it's just weird? You understand? It's weird. It's just weird. Let me look at the comments. That's a fact. Hilarious, man. Hilarious, hilarious. Oh, really? Really? DS lawsuit looks like it's not happening. Hmm. Interesting. Excuse me. Hmm. See, I just don't know. I don't know, man. Like, what's the outcome? We don't know. What happened? Like, people got shook. People got shook. People stopped streaming. Then they came back, and it's still a little scary because folks just don't. I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. It's just weird time. Like we living through history. Another thing before I continue, before I leave, you guys, you good people. How y'all feel about the highest of stakes documentary? You think it's relevant anymore? I don't know. You know, like I'm thinking, like because people anticipate. I mean, who would have thought it would have took this long, and we still waiting for Pulse Chain to launch? Who would have thought it? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, but like even this movie, are you guys like how y'all feel? But you still excited about the highest of stakes documentary? Like feverishly waiting and nail biting, sweating in excitement and anticipation still for it. There's so much going on, yo. Like you could just see questions are being I don't know. 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 Yeah, yeah, Rico. Yeah, man, drop a dime on the Freedom of Information Act. What happened? Where's the people? Because DS said that they were going to expose the people who dropped it, who dropped dime. I already had a suspicion of one person. I already had a suspicion. Yeah, Belly. Yep. uh, yeah. Who's means? Someone has to know your information. Maybe not anyone organizing. I don't know. Hey, that's what it means. Someone has to know your information. Who knows, man? Who knows? BTC liquidity was pulled many times. Like-minded people put liquidity back in. If you rock with a group of broke, profit-minded people, and your liquidity goes away to never return, your people matter. Yeah, people matter. Hey, it's knowledge. It's about self-awareness and the willingness to really like understand what's going on out here, man. Liquidity pool. Some people don't even care for it. They don't know. They don't want to know. But it's a very important aspect to all of this too, and different ways to make money, and different ways you could get rugged, you could get got. The basics, like some of these things, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. And I don't believe that we out of the woods as far as the bear market. Some people acting like, yo, it's over. Oh, just because BTC hit 23K, that it's over for. I don't believe that for a second. We still got to go through the halving BTC, and that's next year. And then historically, maybe 6 months after the halving is when the bull of the bull, the bull begins. And I'm not talking about fecal matter. I'm talking about the market excitement, euphoria through the roof. That's when it begins. Like a few months after the halving. So I don't know about what's going on now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like people, it could be a trap, maybe not, maybe stay sideways at this level for a little while. I don't know because Fibonacci, TA, RSI, MACD is not my thing. It's not my thing. Yeah, 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 man. The Naga tribe, Naga, Naga just he's on a different mission right now. It's on a different mission. You know, and that's the thing too. Like some people and everybody can attach to your sensibilities and stuff, and that should be okay. Like that should be okay. People have their own travels in life, their own perspective, their own blueprint, right? Their own walk. So as long as nobody getting hurt, you're not harming people. It is what it is. You know. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I'm telling you, man, like Euphoria, because I remember when he used to be part of the XRP, he was like gung ho XRP soldier, XRP lieutenant, like, but he was getting that Brad Garlinghouse heavy. And then when he found Hex, it was like a total, he found Hex and did very well in Hex and made no, made no problems talking about it. And then things happened, things went different last year, the market and even the turnout with PulseCon. Like PulseCon last year didn't make sense to me at all. Like I get it, folks were anticipating the chain to have been launched because PulseCon was even being advertised in late 21 during the sacrifice period. I remember that. In late 21, the fall of 21, they were talking about PulseCon, and then PulseCon turned out to be a fiasco. Not in the sense of it didn't turn out well. There was just a lot of problems that happened in the beginning, especially with one of the organizers, one of the main organizers, and there was a lot of damage control that had to take place to save PulseCon because it was and Naga, he with the mansion party, he got, I don't know, man. I wasn't there. I was just a spectator, like many of us were. You know, I just hope he's doing well, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hope we're all doing well overall. Like, stop. We need wellness is paramount. Wellness is paramount. Our wellness is everything in health, in mind, body, and spirit. I'm still trying to overcome a nagging cough, people. Like, I know y'all don't care, but what I'm saying is I'm trying to overcome a nagging cough. And this is not regular. These are these types of weird old coughs that just take so long to disappear. And you're doing everything you need to do. You're resting, you're eating right, you're taking whatever treatment you're supposed to take, you're doing your thug thizzle, and it's still like you about to rap. You about to, spit a Jay-Z flow. Like, what we doing? Can't breathe. Like, you gotta catch your breath. Things are different. Things are so different. And at the same time, you're getting steaks every day. You're getting steaks every day because you steak. Like, this is, you see, it's happiness on the look, man, no time. We got no time to be disturbing our peace because that's ludicrous. I keep saying that. It's real. We have no time to be disturbing our own peace. You know? For sure. I wish him success too and good health. Oh, see, that's what's up. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I'm glad they're doing that. See, this is a moment for education. Things like that. That's what's up. That's hard work and that's good work. For sure. I had no idea that that was going on. Salute to those guys, man. Spreading the word and teaching the people about what's going on in the crypto space in this community. That's great. Shout out to them. X-Ray Vision, Freddie Quotes, and Rags. I didn't know that, Finbear. Thanks for the info. Indeed, indeed. Excuse me. Indeed. And that's the thing. When a person is like that honest and basically forthcoming, you gotta respect it. You know, you do. You have to respect it. Like it was no uh illusions, right? There was no false pretenses. Right? You gotta respect it. Yeah, it seemed cool, but it's like, yo, you don't, yeah, it seemed cool. My thing is like just, time waits for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ash, salute to you. Time waits for nobody. Like, so I hope the content is relevant, remains relevant, right? Like it's not dated. Like it doesn't feel dated. You know what I'm saying? Like I just all the moving parts to work well. I want the moving parts to work well, like a well-oiled machine, you know? Like, but that's me. That's me, man. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard that line of thinking too, that the documentary is only important if it happens. Well, I agree. I agree. And it's just that whenever Pulse Chain does launch, hopefully the documentary won't seem dated. That's my thing. You know, who knows? But it don't matter what I think and care about. Like, it don't matter. It don't matter because we winning. We winning. We winning. Like, it is what it is. Yeah, yeah, that's what it said. They say it took 2 years for Hex. Uh, yeah, I think it will be relevant now with the level. But yeah, yeah, it's crazy. It would be relevant. It would be. It would help dispel. It would definitely help dispel the negativity or whatever. The FUD, basically. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yo, this July has been 2 years. July will be 2 years. You see? So when it finally does launch, what's another 2 years to wait to really, you know what I'm saying? Because that 2 years, so that means a year and a half. It's been a year and a half. Wow. You see? And sometimes we look at some of these things, we're like, no, I don't want to stick for no year. A year's too long. I don't want to stick for 106 months, 100 days, 180 days. That's too long. That's too, and look how we talking. July will be 2 years for the sacrifice. That's a special kind of something too, you know. Those of us who've been grinding for 2 years, there's some people that got into poultry that are not into hex, yo, and don't want to be into hex. This is all about pulse for them. Like, it's just a different thing. And people are like, we're in a special, this is a special situation right here. But my thing is, what temper the angst is when you earning every day. You're earning every day, you winning. Charlie Sheen, winning. Earning every day. Like, that's such a comfortable look, people. Like, in the record business, the record company, I've learned like some of the shady dealings that goes on where, you have people who own your catalog and will make money off of owning your catalog by way of your masters forever, as long as they have it, as long as they own it. And there are loopholes that are existent within those types of contracts and agreements and powers that allow people to own, to receive endless rewards. There are loopholes they're not even loopholes, they're actual laws that are present that can help the actual artists reclaim, whether it's their publishing, their rights overall, their rights to those types of, to their intellectual property. But if they don't do it within a certain window of opportunity, within a certain time, it's rolled over to the hands of the person who owns the masters. And they continue to collect in perpetuity. That's it. Forever. Crazy systems that are out here that have enriched the coffers of some individuals that act like freaking demons, in my opinion, man. And here we have something right here where is not wicked to me. This is something that can help anybody. Anybody who decides to say, you know what, I'm gonna take some of this money and make it multiply in this code. over a period of time on your behalf. Nobody getting hurt. Nobody move. Nobody get hurt. No one's getting hurt. Who can frown on that? I can tell you who. Legacy, powers that be, institutions, corporations, central banks, elitists, whoever, the cabal, 1%, whatever you want to call it. The minority that rules the majority. We got an uphill battle to fight on multiple fronts. On multiple fronts. And we're becoming well equipped and armed with the necessary resources involved with what's going on in this community right here. And guys and gals, let me tell you, man, I see it. I see it. And I know some of y'all see it and may even feel it in your system and in your bones when I tell you, like, we are incredibly fortunate and blessed right now to be in this space. I'm telling you, and not only to be in this space, but to deal with the things that we like within crypto. I'm telling you, man. I mean that with everything, the fiber of my being. I mean that. I mean that. And it says a lot about us. Watch, mark my words. I'm telling you, we're living through history. We are the trailblazers, spearheading a movement without us even realizing it, because we're participating, we're utilizing, we're earning, we're staking, we're chilling, we're living our life, exemplifying the best of what we want to see in others. We're doing the best consciously, if we want to, from our own lives, from our own actions, from our own thoughts, from our own words. Come on. Embracing the peace. We're not disturbing the peace. We're embracing it and creating the peace. You understand? Much love to all y'all, yo. Much love, much love. Gillespie's documentary. I gotta check that out. You guys gotta check out this collective. These guys from Chicago, Uncle Hank and Lowdown and Skin Bone. There's a group of guys. They work with each other. They do nothing but skits, comedic skits from an urban, black poverty type of, not even black poverty, but like perspective. They're in the hood, people, because that's where I'm from, right? I'm from the hood, and this is what it is. But I embrace everybody because everybody has a voice, everybody has a purpose. So I don't discriminate. But these guys, they are fantastic. You know, it's like this Martin Lawrence meets Jamie Foxx meets Red Fox meets Richard Pryor all in one. And these guys are talented, man. Check them out when you get a chance, man. Uncle Hank, Lowdown, and Skin Bone, and you'll see what I'm talking about, man. If you like comedy, and shout out to some of the content creators in this chat. I recognize the Meta. Go give him a follow. Um, his content is definitely thought provoking and racy. You know, a lot of contrarian points to what I speak about, but that's why I rock with him. Muddy Mo, also go check out his content. Is also racy, very entertaining, contrarian to what I talk about, but I accept and I rock with them because they got a lot to offer, just in crypto in general. I don't, just because you might not talk about Hex and post chain, post X, doesn't mean that you're not intelligent. Doesn't mean that you don't have a voice. Doesn't mean that you're wasting my time per se. And I think if I find some value, and you guys find value in what I talk about, you might find value in some of the content these gentlemen talk about too. You know, it's all respect. It's all love. You know. You gonna learn about hype cycles. For sure, for sure, for sure. Nothing burger burgers up people will bring more attention. Box office only taking more hacks against money. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's the thing. I think a lot of people don't want to accept that. Like certain things are just taking money from it. Like and folks just some people, you know what's weird too? Some people just want to spend money. I don't know. So it's weird, even those who don't have it, they just want to spend more. How's that work? Where you don't even have money, but you want to spend more of it? It's weird. Like hey, boat ride. People want to spend. They want to splurge. They want to feel. Hey, hey, hey. Who am I to judge, man? Who am I to judge? Shout out to the boat ride. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hating. Just like you know what I'm saying. I ain't hating. Yeah, I gotta check out the Gillespie thing, man. Yeah, for sure. We live into it. We live into it. X in the history books for sure. And we live into it. We live into it. Yeah. Oh, okay. You donated to the documentary. Okay, okay. Yeah, we'll see, man. Yeah, yeah, it was. It was. It was. You see, we don't hear about that no more. We don't hear about the it was. It was too soon. People were look, that was the biggest sign of expectations, Finbear. The whole post-con thing, that was about expectation. The whole thing that no expectation. th- This was this was a testament, an example to show how the expectations are just through the roof, even though people don't want to admit it. But that's what that's about. That's what that was about to me. You expecting by a certain date for something to have been launched, and it did it, and then it created other issues. It's what it was, in my opinion. You know. You were the mansion next in the house next door to the mansion party. Thank you. Thank you, Nico. Yeah, 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 for sure. For sure. For sure. Yeah, man, for real, man. New York City is definitely full of toxins, man. I mean, that's a fact. Born and raised. And guys, one day I'm gonna go on the stream. I'm just gonna talk about New York City, bro. And the whole crypto thing. This place is like the twilight zone, man. I mean, for real. With things that people need to really be up in arms about, in my opinion, they're not. You know? Oh my goodness. One day I'm gonna really break it down, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Oh, okay. I hear you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, because let's just when quality of life is everything, folks. Quality of life is everything, and I'm learning more and more and more. Health is wealth. 100%. All the ones with the three gentlemen you was at X-Ray Vision, Freddie Quotes, and Rags. That's dope. Yeah, yeah. Please, please, please. Yeah, yeah. Don't don't disturb your peace, man. Don't be ludicrous. You know what I'm saying? Don't disturb your peace, man. That's part of like creating your peace. Don't disturb it by doing something like we already know what happens when we do things that we regret. Don't yeah. You want to talk about? See, you brought the whole 8 year delta, the 8 year delta. Hmm. I'm still trying to figure out ICOSA. That's why I can't get into other things, man. You know what I mean? Like Zen and these other things. I have no interest in getting into them. Not because I don't think they work. It's just I don't. Hex has brought like I'm already my plate is full with Hex Pulse Chain. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that that's what you said. It's just the 8 year delta. I know what you mean by that. But like as far as my plate is full with Hex, man. The T share game, yo, double T share gang, double T share gang with ICOSA, man. Double hashtag double T share gang. We are in a special position, people. Like as much as we like to exalt and talk about the T share, rightfully so, and we will continue to talk about how powerful the T share is. We now have a token that is bonded to the T share twice. Double T share gang. Okay? Hashtag double T share gang. I'm talking about ICOSA. Folks, the T share rate for Hex is well over 25,600 last I checked. I remember when I was when learning about T share, when that joint was at 17K or something like that. Man, this thing is no joke. To acquire these tokens over time is going to be more difficult, more expensive. They're being more rare as time goes. We're living through history, people. We're living through history, people. Like, this is something that's so powerful. And I am incredibly grateful that we're here. I'm serious, man. This is not regular, folks. See, now you're gonna break down philosophical mindsets and talking points. See, Coin Critic, you about to bring me somewhere. Most folks don't recognize financial peace, so they don't even know who is disturbing their peace. See, that's a bar. If you spit rap, you understand what I mean by say that's a bar. That is powerful. That is powerful. That is truth. That is truth. That is crazy. That is something I'm gonna keep up. Most folks don't recognize financial peace, so they don't even know who's disturbing their peace. Oh, respect, respect. That's all I can. Respect, respect, respect. How do you follow up behind that? You do this, spitting facts, right? Spitting facts. Agenda 69. It's facts indeed. That's how you follow. Facts indeed. TTP. Thanks for pointing that out, Court Critic. Listening to DTP for life now. Real crypto is disturbing the peace of the legacy. That's a fact. Oh, you saw those guys? Yeah, you got yo. You, those guys are yeah, they're funny. They're funny. They're funny. Oh, anytime, man. Anytime, man. You don't need laser vision to see there ain't no stopping us. It's true. You know. Yeah, yeah. I don't mind do. I respect when we do our own work. You know, I respect that. I just like it's weird because some people do their own work for weird reasons. They do it for clout. You know what I'm saying? They do it to build a following and then to introduce their own. Ah, ta-da! Empire State tokens. You stake those? Excuse me. See, I can't even. You see? Empire State tokens. You stake them, you get Big Apple dividends. Imagine. And why would you be mad at me for doing that to y'all? A bunch of other people do it all the time. Have been doing it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I don't care for that. Me personally, I don't care for that type of stuff. I don't care for people uh like they come into the community, build a following, and then all of a sudden is, oh, here's my new token, here's my new this is what I'm trying to do. And they don't even care about what got them to that point, that built their platform, their channel, their notoriety, their presence, their popularity. You know what I'm saying? Like I just that stuff I don't care for at all, because it's like secret agenda to me. Like it's like you had an ulterior motive. What was the point? It's just to money grabs, money grabs. I've seen them countless, too many, too numerous to mention. People do that all the time. That's why I don't really talk about certain people anymore, or align with, because I'm good. Just follow what your heart tells you. Do your studies, your research, get your information, and make the decision that works for you. And, you know, you're not on the 8 year. You say you're not on the 8 year delta. You're waiting on post. We all are, man. We waiting on post chain, man. We have no choice but to wait. We were forced to learn what delayed gratification really is about. You know what I'm saying? Like we were forced to understand and learn what delayed gratification was about. And at the same time, we're receiving other opportunities that we didn't see a year ago. Hedron was launched the end of February, around in the 20s, February 20 something. A year ago, it wasn't active. It didn't launch. Now we have that. We have ICOSA that was launched August last year. We have that. And this is just Ethereum POS. And then we have those things that's on Ethereum POS on two other chains. Incredible. A year later, this is what we're working with. And this is even before Post Chain even comes out. Magnificent, folks. Magnificent. It's magnificent. At least even at minimum with the other two chains, at least to play around and just get an idea. We can move around and do things and dream. Make accounts that we couldn't afford to make on Ethereum POS. We could do it with proof of work, and especially Ethereum Fair, even cheaper than proof of work. That's crazy. And hex is hex everywhere. Beautiful. People scared. I get it because, it's all a risk, but we're blessed and we're fortunate. 100%. Nobody could tell me different. That's a fact grounded in hex. A simple breath practice and sun gazing will cure your body, mind, and soul. Yes. Yes. Breath control. I'd like for you to try my Wu-Tang style. I only hold a few watts. It's too lazy to get into everything. It's a lot. It's a lot. And you holding watts as you winning. You winning. You winning. You'll never be diluted. You're earning every day. What? I mean, come on. Like the numbers are crazy. The numbers are crazy. If we go back to all-time high, right? For Hex, 55 joints, 55 cents. Like I said, the ceiling price will be like $20, 20 something dollars, $20, 20, $21. ICOSA per. You can't, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, like I don't know if there's any ladies here, so that's why I'm, pronouns. ICOSA is double T-share gang, y'all. Hashtag double T-share gang. Yes, ICOSA liquid T-share for sure, 100%. Well, listen, good people, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm glad you were rocking with me this long. Appreciate y'all. I hope you guys have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are, and that you have a great weekend. Closing this week out. All right. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Be well. And please do not disturb your peace because that's ludicrous. Take care.